Hi, this video is going to be about soleil. Soleil is spelled like the fish, but pronounced like the French sun. So this is soleil, and actually this baby is years and years and years old. And so what you do to make soleil, this is a very highly concentrated salt water that is super high in trace minerals. And so the reason why you make this is because most people are completely depleted of trace minerals because we used to receive our trace minerals from our vegetables. And unfortunately, Mother Earth has been so over-farmed that the soil is no longer rich in trace minerals. And so we have to replace those trace minerals somehow. So this can cause like cramping muscles, headaches, gut inflammation. Yeah, those are the main ones. So soleil actually helps eliminate those things and actually can start healing hypertension. So you've always been told like salt actually raises your blood pressure. That's a lie. Table salt is toxic. So if you have that white salt, that white table salt, and you are still using that, stop, because it is toxic. So usually for soleil, I recommend the Himalayan sea salt or the Celtic sea salt, because the Celtic sea salt is harder to find, but it's really high in trace minerals. So if you can get that, you can even order it. I think they have it on Amazon now. They literally have everything on Amazon, but I have the pink Himalayan sea salt here. But there have been times that I have used the Celtic sea salt in this. So the way that you make it, you get a jar and you fill it at least a half of the way with the salt. And it's got to be rock salt like this, because if you get the finely ground sea salt, it doesn't work as well. So the rock salt is what you're going to use. Then you fill the rest of the jar up with distilled water and shake it, and then let it sit. You're going to let that sit overnight. So at least for the 24 hours, let it sit. And if there is still salt in the bottom, then that means that it has absorbed as much salt as it can. And this water is completely 100% saturated to the point that it cannot absorb any more salt, okay? If all the salt is gone, add more salt and shake it again and wait another 24 hours, okay? So see, I'm getting to the point now where I'm gonna have to add more salt and more water, distilled water, and do this. And so this antique jar actually had a glass lid, but it wasn't airtight. So I actually put a cork in it to make it airtight. You want it to be airtight because it will start to evaporate and then you'll be left with just salt. So that's how you do that. Now, how do you use soleil? Now, you use soleil by drinking it. And I know it sounds wacky doodle, but I've been doing this for years, literally. I was a medical practitioner when I first started drinking soleil. And I have a friend who's a naturopath back home, and we grew up together. And he always said, your body will know the dose that you need. So listen to your body. So what you do is you just take a small glass, put water, and room temp is best because that's best absorbed in the body. And then don't use a metal spoon. I use this plastic spoon and I've been using this forever. I started out doing 2 teaspoons of soleil and putting it in the water. And it tasted good. So how you know that you have enough is that it tastes good. If it's way too salty and your face kind of puckers, that's too intense, add more water, dilute it more, and then go 1 less teaspoon the next day and see how that is. So when I first started years and years ago, and I want to say it was 2014, I think is when I first started doing it. 2014, I was literally doing it 3 times a day on an empty stomach, 2 teaspoons in a glass this size of water. Now I do it once a day, first thing in the morning, empty stomach, but I'm gonna do another one right now to show you. So what I do is I just take a teaspoon of the water, literally, that's it, put it in the water, and then drink it. That's yummy. And actually I can start to taste now, because I already had my dose in the morning. This second dose tastes really salty, not to the point where I want to pucker my face, but to the point where I'm like, I really don't, my body probably really doesn't need that second dose, but I can feel that. And you'll know that. That's how you start to like whittle yourself down. So I still do it once in the morning, but I don't need to do it multiple times in the day. So it's Sole, S-O-L-E, spelled like the fish, pronounced like the French sun. But I use this to drink every day. And like I said, I started out doing it 3 times a day. But this will help with muscle aches and pain, joint pain, GI inflammation, headaches, because the trace minerals are actually what helps the body heal. So it will start healing those things. This actually lowers hypertension. It's not going to cause hypertension. Now you may, once you start doing this, have a healing reaction. A healing reaction is when the body starts healing, it'll push any illness out of the body. So you'll have an intensification of symptoms before it actually goes away. So like if you have chronic sciatica and all of a sudden your sciatica is completely agitated once you start drinking the Sole, know that you are taking it to its peak, and then the healing reaction, then you'll be able to heal and not have that anymore. Same with like chronic inflammation of the bronchioles and throat. You may have a flare up and maybe even have like tonsillitis, where all of your glands will be swollen and then it will start to even out. Hypertension, you may have palpitations and stuff and then it'll even out. Know that this does not cause hypertension. So remember I said using the sea salt, the Himalayan sea salt or the Celtic sea salt, because they're very high in trace minerals. You cannot use table salt to do this. You cannot use rock salt to do this. These are the little rocks of Himalayan salt or the Celtic sea salt, but the Celtic sea salt is harder to find. So if there's any questions, please private message me, DM me. I had another instructional video that I did years and years ago, but that account was hacked, so I don't have that anymore. So I'm making a new video for this. And I use this for lots of things, but the Sole is really good to replace those trace minerals and really to help you with those ascension symptoms, the cramping, the vibration. It really helps your body hold that higher frequency. So if any questions, please contact me. And if you have any questions health-wise whatsoever, consult your doctor. I'm not a doctor. I am paperless now. I don't have fancy letters after my name, so don't be like Sherry said. But I'm telling you, I'm gonna make a series of videos of things that help the body not only boost the immune system, but help the body through ascension symptoms and hold a higher frequency so that you can actually make it through this process and keep yourself out of the doctor's office. So that's all.